All right, so let's jump into AI today.
Yeah.
It's January 14th, 2025, and, well, things are moving fast, as always.
Yeah, it never slows down, does it?
Never slows down.
Seems like every day something crazy is happening.
Seriously. So we've got OpenAI. They're making some big moves again. Nvidia is shaking up the healthcare world.
Yeah.
And then we've got a surprise contender that's challenging the AI giants.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, we're going to look at, how all of this is going to reshape the job market.
Right.
And even our daily lives. It's kind of crazy.
Well, it's really remarkable how AI is impacting, every aspect of our world these days. Like from, global politics
Yeah.
to what we see when we shop online.
Yeah.
It's changing everything.
It is. So, okay, first up, OpenAI.
Okay.
They just released this shared prosperity blueprint
Right.
for the U.S., and it's essentially their plan for how America can stay ahead in the AI race.
Yeah, well, what's interesting is the timing of this blueprint.
Yeah.
Releasing it right before the new president takes office.
Mm-hmm. Oh, interesting.
Seems very strategic, right?
Yeah.
It's clearly designed to influence those policy decisions.
Right.
They're suggesting this three-pronged approach. Maintaining U.S. competitiveness,
Yeah.
setting some clear regulations, and then investing in essential infrastructure.
So are these AI economic zones part of that?
Exactly. Those zones would essentially connect AI research hubs with specific industries.
Okay.
So it's a direct pipeline from innovation to real-world applications.
I see.
So for example, you could have an AI economic zone in the Midwest that focuses on developing AI solutions for agriculture.
Okay.
Or one in Texas that specializes in energy solutions.
So it's about making sure that AI benefits specific industries and regions.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Mm-hmm.
But it also raises questions about whether this would concentrate AI development even further within the United States.
Oh, I see.
Which, potentially widens the gap between those with access to advanced AI and those without it.
That's a good point. It makes you wonder about the global implications of that, especially with, all this talk about the U.S. restricting those AI chip exports.
Right. This move has created quite a stir.
Yeah.
The U.S. has essentially implemented this tiered system for accessing these advanced chips.
Okay.
So close allies will have unrestricted access,
Okay.
while others will face limitations.
So what's the strategy behind that? I mean, is this just about protecting American companies, or is there a bigger picture?
Well, it's definitely about maintaining a competitive edge.
Yeah.
I mean, these chips are the brains of these powerful AI systems.
Right.
By controlling their distribution, the U.S. aims to ensure that it remains at the forefront of AI development.
Right. But this could also backfire, right?
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
Some argue that it'll just incentivize other countries to develop their own chip industries,
Right.
which potentially undermines U.S. dominance in the long run.
And it's causing some friction with the major chip makers right now.
Absolutely. Companies like Nvidia, which rely heavily on global markets, are pushing back against these restrictions. They argue that it will hurt their business
Makes sense.
and ultimately benefit their international rivals.
Yeah.
So it's a delicate balancing act for the U.S. government national security versus economic interests.
Yeah. It seems like every move in the AI world has these ripple effects.
Yeah, they do.
But meanwhile, AI is quietly revolutionizing other fields too, like healthcare.
Yeah.
Nvidia's been making big moves there.
Yeah, they're partnering with some major players like the Mayo Clinic and Illumina
Wow.
to bring AI-powered solutions into the medical field.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we're talking about AI analyzing medical images,
Okay.
helping doctors create personalized treatment plans, and even accelerating drug discovery.
That all sounds amazing, but is it realistic? I mean, personalized medicine's often discussed, but wouldn't these AI-powered treatments be incredibly expensive?
That's a valid concern. The
Yeah.
potential benefits are huge, but the cost factor is definitely something that needs to be addressed.
Yeah.
There's a risk that these advancements could exacerbate existing healthcare inequalities
Right.
if they're not accessible to everyone.
That's a good point.
We need to ensure that these innovations benefit all patients, not just a privileged few.
It feels like AI development is often racing ahead without fully considering the consequences.
Yeah.
But on a more positive note, it seems like it's not just the big players like OpenAI and Nvidia anymore.
Yeah.
We're seeing new contenders emerge, like this Sky T1 model.
Yeah, Sky T1 is a fascinating development. It's an open source AI model that's attracting a lot of attention, and it's incredibly cost effective.
How much does it cost?
Only requiring $450 and 19 hours of training
Quick.
to achieve some impressive results.
Seriously?
Yeah.
So what makes it a rival to OpenAI's models? Is it like the architecture, the training data?
It's a combination of factors. Actually, Sky T1 utilizes this novel architecture that's been optimized for efficiency. And the training data they used is quite unique, focusing on a specific niche that OpenAI hasn't fully explored.
Oh, I see.
It's like they found a way to punch above their weight,
Yeah.
demonstrating that you don't need $1 billion budget to make a significant impact in AI.
It sounds like David going up against Goliath. But isn't open source a bit risky?
Uh-huh.
What's to stop someone from using it for, like, malicious purposes?
That's always a concern with open source technology.
Yeah.
However, many argue that the benefits of open access and collaboration outweigh the risks.
Yeah.
It allows for greater transparency and scrutiny, potentially making it easier to identify and mitigate potential harms.
So more eyes on the code could actually lead to a safer and more ethical AI ecosystem.
Precisely. And it also fosters innovation
Uh-huh.
by making the tools and knowledge freely available.
Right.
It empowers a wider range of people to contribute to AI development.
That makes sense. Speaking of pushing boundaries, OpenAI is venturing back into the world of robotics.
Oh, yeah.
I thought they abandoned that a while back.
They did. They closed down their robotics team in 2020,
Right.
but now they're back with this renewed focus,
Oh, wow.
and they've brought in some serious talent. Caitlin Kalinowski, formerly the lead for Meta's AR glasses,
Okay.
is now heading up their robotics efforts.
That's pretty major. So what are they hinting at? What kind of robots are they building?
Well, the job postings are intriguing. There are mentions of general-purpose robots operating in dynamic real-world settings.
Okay.
So it seems like they're aiming to create robots that can handle a variety of tasks in complex environments.
So not just robots that can work on assembly lines,
Right.
but robots that can like adapt to different situations, learn
Yeah.
from their experiences, and maybe even interact with humans in more natural ways.
That seems to be the direction they're heading in.
That's pretty wild. It's a fascinating development considering OpenAI's long-term goal of developing artificial general intelligence, AGI.
A big one.
So building robots that can learn and adapt in the real world could be a key step towards achieving that goal.
It's certainly a possibility. It also raises questions about the potential need to control not just the digital aspects of AI,
Mm-hmm.
but also its physical manifestations.
Yeah. I mean, if robots are going to be operating alongside us in the real world,
Right.
we need to ensure they can do so safely and ethically.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And that brings us to the big question that everyone's asking. What does all this mean for the future of work? The World Economic Forum. They're predicting this wave of both job creation and displacement,
Oh, wow.
driven by AI.
So, like, are we talking mass unemployment?
They estimate that 11 million new roles will emerge,
Okay.
but 9 million existing jobs could be lost.
Oh, wow. So there's going to be some churn.
A lot of churn. It's not just a question of whether AI will take our jobs.
Right.
It's which jobs and whose jobs.
So certain people are going to be out of luck.
Some people will have to adapt.
Yeah.
Exactly. The key takeaway is that we're looking at a major reshaping of the labor market. Some roles will become obsolete, while others will be in high demand. Companies are already scrambling to find specialists in like big data and AI and ML.
So upskilling and retraining are going to be crucial for a lot of people.
It's essential. But it's a bit daunting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Imagine you've been in a mid-level engineering role for years,
Right.
and suddenly AI is poised to automate your job. That's got to be unsettling.
It's scary.
That's why it's so important to be proactive.
Okay.
We need to anticipate these changes
Yeah.
and equip people with the skills they need to thrive in this evolving landscape.
But are there certain skills that'll be safe?
Well, it's not just about technical skills. It's about adaptability, problem solving, and critical thinking.
Oh, okay.
The skills that AI can't easily replicate.
That makes sense. Mark Zuckerberg even predicted that AI could automate a lot of those mid-level engineering roles.
Right.
It's a little scary, but what about those who aren't in tech? How do we ensure this transition is fair and doesn't leave people behind?
That's where policymakers and businesses come in. We need to invest in education and training programs, create pathways for people to move into these new roles, and provide support for those whose jobs are displaced.
That's a lot.
It's a massive societal challenge,
Yeah.
but it also presents an opportunity to rethink our relationship with work.
How so?
Maybe this is a chance to create a more equitable and fulfilling work environment for everyone.
Yeah, maybe. So while we're navigating this whole complex landscape of the future of work, AI is already weaving its way into our everyday lives in some pretty surprising ways.
It really is.
Like how AI companies are paying content creators for exclusive footage to use in their training data.
That's a big one.
It's like all those viral cat videos and makeup tutorials are now fueling the next generation of AI.
In a way, yeah, it's a fascinating example of how AI is creating new economic opportunities
Yeah.
and blurring the lines between the digital and physical worlds.
So it's kind of a win-win.
In a way,
Yeah.
content creators get another revenue stream, and AI companies get access to this vast library of real-world data.
But how comfortable are people with their content being used to train AI?
That's a valid point.
Yeah.
As AI becomes more integrated into our lives,
Yeah.
we need to have open conversations about data privacy
Yeah.
and how our information is being used.
Makes sense. Speaking of integration, NVIDIA's been working on these AI-powered shopping assistants.
Oh, yeah,
So instead of endlessly scrolling online, we'll have AI helping us find what we want.
exactly. Imagine being able to just describe what you're looking for,
Okay.
maybe even provide an image, and the AI assistant pulls up a selection of products that perfectly match your needs and style.
Wow. So like a personal shopper in your pocket.
Exactly.
So no more impulse buys or buyer's remorse.
Well, maybe not entirely, but it
Yeah.
could definitely make online shopping a more efficient and enjoyable experience.
That'd be nice. And it's not just shopping that's getting an AI upgrade. Google Cloud is developing this automotive AI agent for in-car interactions.
It's a big one.
So is this like a super smart co-pilot that
Yeah.
can understand more than just basic commands?
Exactly. This AI agent can engage in contextual conversations,
Wow.
respond to voice and gestures, and even anticipate your needs based on your driving habits.
So it could find you the best route based on traffic,
Yes.
play your favorite music,
Uh-huh.
and even remind you to pick up groceries on the way home.
It's all possible.
Yeah.
It's a glimpse into a future where AI is seamlessly integrated into our vehicles,
Okay.
making driving safer, more efficient, and more enjoyable.
That sounds pretty great. And as these AI systems become more sophisticated, they'll be able to handle even more complex tasks.
Oh, absolutely.
It's mind-blowing to think about all the ways AI is already changing our lives.
Yeah.
And we've seen some major breakthroughs in AI capabilities as well, like Mistral's new coding model, CodeStrol 25.01. It can support over 80 programming languages.
That's incredible. It's not just about the number of languages it supports.
Okay.
It's the quality of the code it generates.
Oh, wow.
CodeStrol 25.01 is designed for high performance, helping developers write code faster and with fewer errors. It's like having an AI pair programmer
That would be helpful.
by your side, suggesting solutions and catching mistakes before they become problems.
And then there's MBZUAI's Llama V01, which is excelling at visual reasoning tasks. What exactly does that mean? Is this like giving AI the ability to see and understand the world like we do?
In a way, yes, Llama V01 is a multimodal model,
Okay.
meaning it can process information from multiple sources, including text and images.
Okay.
This allows it to perform tasks that require a deeper understanding of visual information, like identifying objects, recognizing patterns,
Okay.
and even understanding the relationships between different objects in a scene.
So this could have huge implications for robotics, right? If robots can see and understand their surroundings better, they could operate more effectively in complex environments.
Absolutely. And it also opens up exciting possibilities for fields like healthcare, where AI could be used to analyze medical images, assist with diagnoses, and even guide surgical procedures.
Wow, it seems like there are endless possibilities. But with all these advancements, we also need to be mindful of the potential downsides. Elon Musk recently warned that AI is running out of human training data.
Right.
Is that a serious concern? Where do we go from here?
It's definitely something to consider. As AI models become more sophisticated,
Yeah.
they require vast amounts of data to train. And while human-generated data has been the primary source so far, there's a growing interest in synthetic data,
Okay.
data that's artificially created.
But wouldn't that raise concerns about accuracy and bias? If AI is learning from data created by other AI, won't we just be amplifying existing biases?
That's a valid concern.
Mm-hmm.
One approach is to ensure that synthetic data is generated in a way that's representative of the real world
Okay.
and doesn't perpetuate harmful stereotypes or biases. It's a challenge, but it's one that researchers are actively working on.
So there's a lot of work to do still.
There is.
The Bloomberg Intelligence report predicted that AI could eliminate 200,000 Wall Street jobs in the next few years. Is there any industry that's safe from AI disruption?
It's hard to say for certain.
Yeah.
AI has the potential to impact nearly every industry in some way. But rather than viewing it as a threat, we can choose to see it as an opportunity
Okay, I like that.
to rethink how we work, to automate repetitive tasks,
Yeah.
and to focus on the things that humans do best:
Like what?
creativity, critical thinking, and problem solving.
So it's about adapting and evolving alongside AI rather than trying to resist it.
Exactly. And it's about ensuring that the benefits of AI are shared widely
Right.
and that we address the potential negative consequences proactively.
We need to be having these conversations now
Yes, we do.
to ensure that AI is a force for good in the world. But it's not just about the big picture. It's
Yeah.
also about the everyday ways AI is changing our lives.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
that's what's so fascinating about this field.
Yeah.
AI is impacting everything from how we shop to how we drive to how we work. And it's all happening at an incredible pace.
I mean, it feels like we're living in a science fiction movie sometimes.
It does, doesn't it?
All this talk about, AI-powered robots and personalized shopping assistants
Right.
and cars that can practically read our minds. It's
Yeah.
a lot to take in.
It really is a remarkable time to be alive.
Yeah.
Witnessing this technological revolution unfold,
Yeah.
and we're only just scratching the surface.
It seems like every day there's a new breakthrough or discovery.
There is.
And it's not just the big tech companies anymore. We're seeing innovation coming from, smaller players and even independent research.
Yeah, that's what's so exciting about the emergence of those open source AI models like Sky T1.
Right.
It's democratizing access to these powerful tools,
Ah.
allowing anyone with the curiosity and drive to experiment and contribute to the field.
It's leveling the playing field, which is great.
Yeah.
But it also raises some concerns. I mean, if anyone can access these tools, can that lead to some unintended consequences?
There's always a risk with powerful technology.
Right.
But by fostering a culture of transparency and collaboration, we can mitigate those risks.
Okay.
Open source models allow for greater scrutiny, which can help identify potential issues early on.
So more eyes on the code could lead to a safer and more ethical AI ecosystem.
Precisely. And it also encourages innovation.
Mm-hmm.
By making the building blocks of AI accessible to everyone, we're likely to see a surge in creativity and new applications that we haven't even imagined yet.
Speaking of new applications, AMD's Agent Laboratory framework is using AI as research assistants.
Oh yeah, that one's interesting.
What's the potential there?
What's quite remarkable,
Mm?
these AI agents can conduct literature reviews, analyze data, run experiments, and even generate reports.
Wow, so like having a whole team of research assistants.
Exactly. It's like having a team of tirelessly dedicated research assistants working around the clock.
So this could significantly speed up scientific discovery and innovation.
Absolutely. It has the potential to revolutionize research and development across a wide range of fields. Imagine AI helping us develop new life-saving drugs,
Oh, wow.
design more sustainable energy sources,
Yeah.
or even unlock the mysteries of the universe.
That's incredible to think about. But as we push the boundaries of AI capabilities, we also need to be mindful of those potential risks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can't get carried away.
It's crucial that we approach AI development with a sense of responsibility and caution.
Absolutely.
We need to ensure that these systems are aligned with human values,
Right.
that they're fair and unbiased, and that they're used for the benefit of all humankind.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
It's a lot to consider, and it's not something that can be left solely to tech companies or governments.
Right.
We all have a role to play in shaping the future of AI.
We do.
So where do we go from here? What's the next chapter in the AI story?
Well, it's hard to say for certain, but one thing is clear. AI is going to continue to evolve at an exponential pace, transforming our world in ways we can only begin to imagine.
It's both exciting and a little daunting, but I think we covered a lot today. There's so much happening in the world of AI.
There is.
From global power plays to groundbreaking scientific discoveries to the everyday ways it's shaping our lives.
And as we wrap up this deep dive into the AI landscape of January 14th, 2025,
Yeah.
we encourage you to stay curious, stay informed, stay engaged.
Because the future of AI is not predetermined.
It's not.
It's a future that we are all shaping together.
It is?
So let's make it a future worth living in.